So Sharif, how are you, bro?
I'm doing great, sir.
So tell me about yourself. Where are you originally from?
West Africa, Nigeria to be exact.
How long have you been in the United States?
I've been in America about 20 years.
What was your life like coming up in Africa? Both parents?
I was raised in a household with both parents, father and mother. It was a splendid, a well-disciplined, mannered kind of household.
Any brothers or sisters?
I have two siblings, two sisters.
Do you? What made you end up coming to America?
Just looking for a greener pasture, and I have cousins over here, and just want to try, different places, different things, seek out different opportunities.
And you first ended up going to New York, right?
Yes, sir, New York.
How was that for you? What was the difference in New York and Africa? Was it like a complete?
The geographical locations, kind of similar to where I'm from in Lagos, Nigeria. New York is just like Lagos, where I grew up at, and I can really relate, to the environment. And I know a few people around there, so, just hustling and bustling kind of thing. I can relate to it.
What was life like in Africa? Is it a lot of poverty? Is it opportunity? Like what is it like over there?
Life in Africa, its opportunities is just limited. It's either it's a high and a low kind of thing. Like those high people in the society, they stay high, and the people that's in the lower society, they just stay low. It's no advancement. You just gotta stick out and get yours.
How long did you stay in New York for?
About a year and a half.
And then came to Baltimore?
And I came to Baltimore, yes.
What did you do when you first got to Baltimore?
I was working with adults with developmental disabilities.
How did you get into that?
A buddy of mine was in the same field. He was a supervisor of this agency. And, I told him I'd like to do that because my grandfather was sick. He was paralyzed, so I was one giving him intent. I was basically his caregiver coming up, and I like helping people that need help on a daily basis, and that's how I got into that.
What's your relationship with your parents like now? Did they come and visit, or?
My father's deceased. My father passed in 2001. My mother's still alive. She's still around, and she comes around on a vacation once in a while. She comes around to see me and my family.
And then you had mentioned you had gotten into a head-on collision car accident,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
How long after you got to Baltimore did that happen?
This very year I got to Baltimore in 2002.
The same year?
Yep, December 16, 2002.
What happened with that?
I had a part-time job at a nursing home in Sykesville, Maryland, and I was on my way to work around 10:30 because I had to be to work at 11 o'clock, and somehow whatever. The car was coming in the opposite direction, and I was going, I was doing at least about 70 miles per hour, and they was doing about the same thing, and we hit on head-on collision like that. Everybody, all the occupants in the other car, they died on the spot, and I was rushed to University of Maryland shock trauma, and I spent less than 24 hours, which I think is a great miracle from God, to still be here.
So everybody else in the other car died?
Yes.
How many people were in the other car?
I think about two.
Two?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about them, like how old they were, or if there was kids?
We was around the same age because at that time I was 22 years old, and they was probably around 19, 20, something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you're lucky to be alive from that.
Yes, I'm so. I feel blessed and great to be alive.
Did they have to extract you out the car or anything, or?
Actually, I walked out of the car myself.
Did you?
Yes.
What was life like for you after that? Did that kind of change you mentally, or?
Yeah, it changed me mentally, and it put things in perspective, and not to take any seconds in life for granted. It can be snatched away from you.
It can all end
at any moment. So I just savor every moment and every second that I get in life. Trying to make the best out of it, and trying to use it. By me being alive after the situation, I feel as though I need to use my life to help other people, make impact in other people's lives since I'm here, because actually after that I was living on the borrowed time.
Yeah, we all are. That's the crazy thing, right?
Yeah, man.
You married? Any kids or anything? Or?
I'm married. I have a son.
How long you been married?
I've been married since me and my wife, we got married on October 11, 2020.
Okay, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Still a little new, right?
Thanks, man. Yeah, still, but we've been together 11 years.
So after the car accident, what was life kind of like for you? Just, you know, working, kind of coming home, family man? Like,
Yes.
what did you typically do?
Yes, after the accident, and I was still single around that time, and that was in 2002. I was just working, you know, just staying focused. Like I said, I spent most of my time with these kids with behavior problem and adults with developmental disabilities. So I worked Monday through Sunday, which people say, you know, I have no life, but I like what I do as far as, you know, helping this guy. So from 2003 till 2010, I was just doing it every day, just, you know, helping them, taking them, you know, to their various job placement, and you know, spending time with them at a group home, and taking them on the trips and things of that nature. Just I did that from 2003 to 2010, non-stop, just dedicated my life to that till I met my wife in 2011. So I slowed down so I could be able to spend time and manage time with the family.
What part of Baltimore were you living in?
West Baltimore City.
What's the environment out there like?
Oh man,
If you had to kind of describe it,
if I would kind of describe it, living in Baltimore City, the part where I was living is like Frederick Avenue area. It's like, you know, with a crime and the drugs and things going on around that neighborhood. It's like you stepping out at your own risk every day. You step out the door, and, you know, you just live out with prayer. And once you make it in, you make it back in with prayer. That's how I look at it.
Did you ever have any problems with anybody or any close situations or anything like that?
Nah, I never had no, you know, basically I just go to work and come home and spend time with my family, and I don't associate with too many people around there, you know. Obviously, if I know you, I'll speak and keep it and keep it moving. And that's about it.
And then in 2015, you ended up getting shot.
Yep, in 2015, I never thought in a million years I would get a gun pointed at me, let alone get shot.
So take me back to that day. What exactly happened?
On that day, it was on a Thursday. I got up from work, came home, took me a nap, and decided to take the trash to the dumpster. And
while you were at work?
No, I was at home.
Oh, okay.
I just woke up from my living room.
Gotcha.
And I decided to take my wife and my son. At that time, my wife was over her mother's house, and I decided to take the trash, you know, go through the trash because the trash bin was full. So I was gonna take it to the dumpster, you know. And walking out after throwing the trash back in the dumpster, I saw commotion going. It was dark, late in the night. I couldn't see no faces. I saw couple of guys, you know, ruffling up somebody, and they shot him. And when they seen me, they grabbed me, whatever. And I tried to break away from them. As I was breaking away from them, I couldn't really tell who was who. They had on masks, and they just started shooting for no reason. They just, as I started running, they started shooting. By the time I stopped running, I had over 10 bullets in my body.
Damn, that's crazy, man. So you got shot 10 times at basically point blank range.
10 times point blank range.
So let's backtrack for a minute. When that first shot hit you, right? Like what's your thought process? Are you even realizing at that time that you're being shot? Like, do you know what's going on, or are you just trying to run and get out of there? You're not really grasping like the severity of the situation.
At that moment, it was a flight for me, like just trying to survive, you know, because I heard the sounds, I heard the pops. So I'm just trying to get away, and then first thing came on my mind, my son had just turned 1 at that time. So all I kept thinking about is my son. I want to be there for my son, and so my son won't be another statistics, a kid growing up without a father, because I'm willing to give up my life so my son can survive, and I'm willing to stay here at the same time so my son, you know, can be a better man in the future. So all I did was just trying to survive, trying to get away from that environment.
Get away from the situation.
Yeah.
What does getting shot feel like? Like, does it burn, or?
It's like a first initial hit from the bullet. Is like you getting hit with a sledgehammer, and you feel it burning after that.
Did they say anything to you when they were shooting you, or they just shot you and ran, or?
They didn't. When as I was walking after I heard a gunshot when they shot the whoever there was. From what I understand, the dude was a drug dealer, was a known drug dealer, or whatever the case may be, and they had a drug dispute or whatever. And I guess, you know, me walking around from throwing the trash back in the dumpster, I'm a liable or witness or whatever, casualty or war, whatever the case may be. And And when they called me, I froze for a minute. Then I just decided to run, and they chased me down, and they just started shooting.
You know what kind of gun you got shot with?
After going to the detective, afterwards, right when I got out of hospital, I was told I was shot with a 45 caliber 3 times, a 40 caliber 3 times, and 9mm 4 times.
Where are the gunshots at?
On my body?
Yeah.
My neck, my chest, my back, my hips, my thighs, my legs, and my foot.
Do you still have bullets inside of you?
I still have fragment bullets in my back.
What issues arise from that?
I have fragment bullets in my back, and I have metal plates, because after I was hit with a 45 on my left shoulder, it severed my left arm from my body. So they had to put metal plates and pins and put it back together. And when it get cold outside, I feel the pain, because of the metals and the bullet fragments in my back. And breathing is kind of hard, but I'm getting there. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Did you lose consciousness when this happened?
When I got shot 10 times, I ran 2 blocks with 10 bullets in my body. I bled for 2 blocks, and I never lost consciousness. I was just standing when the ambulance pulled up.
So when you get to the street and you're waiting for the ambulance, are people that are walking by seeing you, are they screaming? Like what's the scene like?
Yes, when I ran, after stopping from running from 2 blocks, a gentleman came outside and called an ambulance, and a lady was over there. They were screaming. They called the ambulance, and they the one that got me help. And I was just standing there, just bleeding furiously on the sidewalk.
And were bystanders screaming, or were they trying to help? Like, were they
some people was
like
trying to help, and some people was trying to get away, because it just, I feel as though they was traumatized for me just standing there. I had a bright outfit, a white T-shirt and gray pants, and I was just soaked in blood, and just blood just flowing down the sidewalk. And everybody can't take a sight of blood just like that, which I can understand. They just trying to get away from that. They don't want to be part of that. But those that had a heart to be able to help, they stood by me, and they called an ambulance, and I stood right there for like another 10, 15 minutes. The ambulance came.
So when you get inside the ambulance and you're riding to the hospital, like, what's going through your mind? Are you like, I'm gonna die?
At that moment, I was just hoping.
In shock?
I was in shock, and at the same time, just hoping, God give me a second chance, because I know deep in my heart, I don't indulge in nothing crazy, criminal activities, and I want to do right, by my family and friends, and wherever I can, make a positive impact in their lives. And I just knew God was with me. I just felt strong that God was with me, because I was wide woke always to the hospital. Even when they got me on the operation table and they gave me the anesthesias to put me to sleep, I just couldn't go out.
You think because of your adrenaline?
Adrenaline, and and I believe in God, and I believe God just said it wasn't my time,
Yeah. What was that recovery process like? How many surgeries have you had?
After the gunshot, I had 3 surgeries.
How long were you in the hospital after you got shot?
After I got shot, I was in the hospital for just a week.
That's it?
Just 1 week.
For 10
for
shots?
10 bullets, I was in the hospital for a week. Close range 10 gunshot wounds. I was in the hospital for a week, and I feel as though that's divine. The God had something to do with it.
You're blessed, bro.
Yes, indeed, man.
That's why I tell you, you just got to keep going, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
Some people get hit once and they die.
I know. I've heard such stories, but me being here after 10 bullets, after I got out of hospital, I was in hospital I went in the hospital on a Thursday, got back out on the following Thursday after the initial gunshot wounds, and I started physical therapy a week after that, and I was driving myself back and forth to therapy.
Did you have to learn how to use certain parts of your body again?
No, I never went through that. It's just amazing. I never went through that at all.
So when you get home after you get out the hospital, like what's your mind state? Like, are you nervous to even go outside? Because I think I would be nervous to even go outside again if if that happened.
And the first couple of days, I was kind of nervous to go outside, but after that, I just believe, you cannot live in fear. There's a whole lot of opportunities out here, and there's a whole lot of people that need you out here that you might not know, and there are new people to meet, that God has sent your way, or you gonna be, being a helping hand to you. So you cannot let fear stop you from doing serving your purpose and being who you supposed to be in life.
Do you know anything about the people who shot you?
I never seen them a day in my life.
Do you know if they ever got caught or they ever?
I never looked back. I never even trying to figure it out, whatever. I just kept it moving, like a spaceship, no rear view, just keep it going.
Yeah. What and that was 2015, right?
2015 during the unrest in the city with the riots and things of that nature.
Like
around the same time.
Freddie Gray?
Yep, around the same time.
What was your experience with the Freddie Gray riots? What do you remember about it?
I remember the looting and the destruction of properties and the anger and frustration in people, whatever the case may be at that moment, only God knows, man. I try not to say the good, the bad, or whatever about it, but I believe, things happening, and everything is in the hands of God, But I know it was a sad moment for the city.
Yeah. Had you ever seen anything like that before? Like
Not
the
in my life.
rioting and stuff like that?
Not in my life.
No. So 7 years later, after getting shot, how are you still feeling the effects from that?
I still feel pain from now and then, and my breathing, because just for the last couple of weeks now.
Did they hit your lung?
Yes, my lungs was punctured. And for the last couple of weeks now, I've not been able to work because my breathing was kind of going up and down. So I had to, go to the hospital and, try to get some rest, right? I can build back up, and continue from where I left off at.
Yeah. Well, Sharif, I definitely appreciate you sharing your story, man. I want to let you know you're blessed, bro.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people, you've been through a head-on collision car accident. You've been shot 10 times, and a lot of people don't survive either of those, man. So regardless of what you face in life, bro, just keep going and keep pushing forward. God's got you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really appreciate it, Russell, and I know it's a light at the end of the tunnel. You cannot, like I said, things have been kind of hard lately, financially, just trying to, stay above water, the pandemic and things of that nature. And I'm just saying to myself, whenever I try to, it's me getting shot and being through all the traumatic situation that I've been through is like basically it's like a catalyst for me that keeps me going, because if I can survive those things, God has a plan for me here, and I cannot give up. I have a son, I have a wife that depends on me, so I cannot give up. I'm just gonna keep pushing no matter what till God comes me home. I'll stay positive and just keep pushing.
Absolutely, bro. Well, Sharif, I definitely appreciate you sharing your story.
Yes, sir.